good evening, people who are watching us in California. It is Friday and it's 9 p.m. And obviously, I'm not in California. I'm here in Manila, still in quarantine. As I mentioned last show, it was extended because of the fiasco that this lady did. It was covered in my previous show. But nonetheless, I'm still here in a quarantine facility, but the show must go on. But I'm so excited today. So, people who are watching us, good evening, especially if you are on that side of the world. And people here in Manila, it is Saturday and it's exactly 1 p.m. Magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon. And those people watching us in different parts of the world, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and please follow protocol. Just to let everybody know, as always, we're live na live po tayo ngayon on all different platforms. We're live right now on PHLV Radio Facebook page, as well as PHLV Radio YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed, please do like, share, and subscribe. We're also live on PHLV Radio channel on Amazon Fire TV, as well as in different podcasts like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and Spotify. If you missed any of our shows, please do log in to www.phlv Radio, or you could always check our playlist on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. And I am so excited tonight because it has been well delayed, because our guest for today, she is so busy, and of course, as I've announced it last year in December, she was supposed to guest with us, but because of conflict with her schedule, because she's such a busy person, and this is such a blessing and a privilege to have my good friend, America's favorite dermatologist, the TV personality, and everything else in between. Let me introduce to you the beautiful, the gorgeous Dr. Tess Mauricio Lee. Hi, Dr. Tess.
Hi, Josh. How are you? Magandang gabi. Oh, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
And umaga, tanghali, gabi.
Magandang gabi for all of the Californians and West Coast people. It's 9 o'clock and Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I know, and you are my first guest for the year.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yeah, what a way. It's a way to open a show.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you so much for having me. I know when you started your show, I kept bugging Josh. Josh, I want to be a guest. When are you going to guest me? And then when we try to match our schedule, we just couldn't make it happen. And it was supposed to be in December, to talk about like how to look your best for the holidays. But then my schedule blew up because we were so busy during the holidays. So now it's a new year, new you segment.
That's right. That's what I said. New year, new you. Well, before anything else, Dr. Tess Mauricio is a board-certified dermatologist. And of course, I'm so proud to tell everybody, if you are not too familiar with Dr. Tess Mauricio, Dr. Tess graduated summa cum laude lang naman. Summa cum laude from Stanford University with a degree in biochemistry and cell biology. It's unbelievable. That's really hard. Yeah, it's an amazing, unbelievable. But you were a summa cum laude graduate from the University of California, San Diego, and of course you went to Stanford School of Medicine, and you continue on. And then of course, as I mentioned earlier, Dr. Tess is well known in the U.S. and everywhere else as America's favorite dermatologist. She is also a TV personality. We'll talk about that briefly as well. And she is also I told the owner of the station, if I mention all her credentials, we will go on forever, because she is also a medical expert in different American shows, and like NBC California Live, the Dr. Oz Show, Rachel Ray Show, The Talk, Dr. Phil, Fox News, and just not to brag, it's she was the youngest women who to hold a position as a president of the San Diego Society of Dermatologic Surgery. And of course, she is also the inventor of Time Machine, which we'll know later. And she is also a published author of California Touch Beauty. Oh, True Beauty. Oh, Total
Total
Beauty.
beauty.
California Total Beauty. And there's other things that I know I will miss to mention
Tama na yan.
because I know it's your, and she's always busy, and I keep telling her when I see her, how do you do that? You're the superwoman. I mean, you're on TV, you have 3 clinics, and we'll talk about that as well. And then you do have a show with GMA Pinoy TV, and it's all in the family with Dr. Tess, and they are on. What season are we now on GMA
Season
Pinoy TV?
4. We're season 4.
4.
And actually, tomorrow, if you are in the U.S. and Canada at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, we will have my dear friend Apple the App guest, on the show. So that's going to be a really fun one. And he visited our home, so it'll be intimate, fun, and you'll feel like you're part of the family.
And you will see later that all her celebrity friends and all her, well, they are celebrity clients first, then because of her personality, and she really takes good care of everyone's skin. We call ourselves the M Beauty Baby.
I was going to say, just like you, Josh.
I know. And this, I telling people who are asking me, so what the show is about? I said, well, it's secret revealed.
Yes, if you've
Well,
been
first,
wondering how Josh stays ageless and
I know,
flawless,
placeless and flawless and young.
correct,
Yeah, that's
correct.
why it's gonna be secret revealed as we progress with the show. Firstly, Dr. Tess, you migrated from the Philippines in 1984, right?
Yes,
Mom and dad plus the 3 siblings. That's Angela, Rick, as well as Cheryl.
Carol. Yes,
Right. And then the good thing about Dr. Tess is she's not. She's very proud of her heritage. She's been covered in different magazines, international magazines, and she was very open about her humble beginning. And it's really, I don't really want to say rag to riches because she's just amazing. Doctor, just briefly, can you tell us from the time that you migrated in 1984? I know you were like 12 or 13 years old, and briefly talk about us because I know it was a struggle. I think it's a good thing for people who would hear, not only watching our show, but also who would be watching the replay about your humble beginning and how, because I know it's very inspiring and motivational for a lot of people, especially people are just starting their career. That I want you to tell us a little bit of that because I was so inspired even way back then when I heard about it. Because a lot of people would try to cover what they were before, but you were so proud to share that. As a matter of fact, there's so many awards that were given to you as an immigrant, a successful immigrant, and you were recognized in San Diego as well. Can you briefly talk to us about that, Dr. Chas?
I think many of us in the U.S., Filipinos in the U.S., were immigrants, and we started. My family moved to San Diego when I was 12, 13. They left everything in the Philippines. I'm the oldest of 4, and my parents basically just had to start over. And we ended up in some of the worst places in San Diego. And there were 6 of us, and we lived in basically a 1.5 bedroom place. And I joke that, before, when we will make pizza, we would preheat the oven. And you know that the oven is preheated when a bunch of cockroaches and rats would run out of the oven. And, we didn't have a washer in our house. So I'm the oldest, and my younger siblings would carry our load of laundry and cross a major street to go to the quick corner. And that's where we would do laundry. And, and then we had to walk to school. And I actually started having part-time jobs at a very young age. At 14, I got a job at McDonald's. I told them I was 16 because I really felt like I want to help my parents. I knew they were really struggling, and starting in the new country with 4 kids. And so I got a part-time job, and that was the first of many, many jobs throughout. And I've done a lot of different things while studying, knowing that God has gifted me with a brain that, works really well. And I was able to get scholarships to go to UCSD. And I was able to get scholarships to go to Stanford Medical School. And now, obviously, like what Josh said, with God's help, with family support, we're able to now have multiple clinics, M Beauty clinics in California. The family's doing well, and we're all still very much together at M Beauty Clinic. When you guys visit, you'll understand that it is a family affair. This is personal to us. My husband, my siblings, Rick and Angela, are the nurses, and then Cheryl runs the whole thing. And we're all still together working as a team to truly help our patients live their best lives using the best technologies available. So we truly feel blessed. And this holiday season, of course, during COVID, we are all so much more grateful of where we are. We look back at where we've been. We actually have taken our own kids to the place where we used to live, and we've shown them the place. We've shown them the little tiny apartment. They couldn't believe it. We showed them the quick corner. They're like, "Oh my God, Mom, this neighborhood's scary." And you guys used to walk around here. So I think it's important for them to understand that there was a struggle. There was a lot, obviously, being a Filipina. There's, racism, a lot of heartbreaking experiences that I'm sure many people can relate to and have experienced. But again, I think because my family is so strong, we have very strong faith, and my mom instilled in us the belief that there's more to us than where we were, where we started, and that if we really work hard, pray hard, and really feel like we need to use our gifts to be a blessing to others, we will make it.
And the wonderful thing about that is you are always willing to share that information. So it's really inspiring, Dr. Tess. At the same time,
Well, I'm really not. Yeah, a lot of people I think are, maybe slightly ashamed of
yeah.
humble beginnings. They like to just, or maybe it's too painful. They like to just forget about it. But for me, I feel like we need to share our stories, because even if it can inspire one person who may be struggling, who may be experiencing mean people treating them unfairly on their way to, to what they want to do in their lives, or if it's just so hard that you feel like giving up. Hopefully this is the concept of why I wanted to do the Dr. Tess show, and now All in the Family with Dr. Tess on GMA Pinoy TV, is that sharing our lives, our struggles, our successes. I think hopefully it is inspiring to people out there.
Well, the good thing too is like you mentioned, you work at McDonald's and you had some other part-time jobs while you're going to school at UC.
I sold rainbow. I sold rainbow.
Yes, yeah. The rainbow is the vacuum cleaner, and then you did some real estate. And
did real estate. I did insurance. I was a telemarketer for Bob Dole's presidency. I always had a part-time job. And so I think it's a great preparation, though. I truly feel.
Yeah, but look at that. In spite of that,
I can juggle everything. And so
I know that the wonderful thing about that, in spite of that hardship and all the part-time jobs that you did while you're going to school, you graduated summa cum laude with that degree in biochemistry and cell biology. It's not a walk in the park. Come on, Dr. Tess. Some people are struggling just to get the degree.
Studying. No, I joke that I really lived in the library. I was constantly studying. And at the time we were so poor, we couldn't afford a computer. And so that was the time where computers were sort of just being introduced. And I actually was an electrical engineering major before I switched to biochemistry and cell biology. And I remember, one, we couldn't really afford the expensive books, so we had to make copies of books Two, we didn't have a computer, so I would have to wake up really, really early to go to the computer lab at UCSD to do my work. And so, these kinds of things while working part-time jobs. So,
Amazing.
uh,
I mean, that's why I said, well, it's important that we talk about that because a lot of people, the frustration is high, especially the millennials, thinking that life is so difficult. But then hearing and on my research and knowing who you are, I said they need to hear Dr. Tess's story because she's so proud of her heritage. At the same time, it's nice that even with that adversity, look at where you are now. 3 clinics and successful. America's favorite dermatologist. I mean, that's not happening to just anybody. But I like the fact that you said that the faith in God and acknowledging that with Him nothing is impossible. And you are a living example. You're an epitome of what being driven, focused, hard work, and perseverance can do to a person.
thank you, Josh. And I think, we Filipinos, I think a big part of why we are so resilient is our faith. And I think, especially through COVID and what we've all been through, I think, most of us have felt like our faith has been strengthened. And obviously, I could not have done what I have done and can't do what I want to still, continue to do if it wasn't, God blessing me with good health and a really strong, supportive family and team and friends who support me as well. And so I am just so grateful where I am. And, I just turned 50. And I think when you turn 50, it's
What again? How old? You just turned what?
50.
Oh my
Uh,
God!
you were at my
Of course,
celebration.
of course. I think one of my picture too was taken at your home, and you mentioned on the message like I think I know that tree, that Christmas tree.
Yes.
Yes, it is at Dr. Tess's home, beautiful, and Dr. James's home. You mentioned about family, so let's show a picture of the beautiful Mauricio family here, so we could know the people response for Dr. Tess. Yeah. So this is
So
your
this is
family.
yes. So this is my son Michael. He's 15. He's a sophomore in high school. And then our daughter Jana. We're so proud of her. She graduated from Stanford, recently and is now first year medical student at Loma Linda here in California. And of course, my husband, who was my classmate at Stanford School of Medicine, and we got married while we were in med school, and we were pregnant with Jana right before graduating from med school. So I was pregnant, and it's interesting because my daughter now is in med school, and she's like, "Mom, I cannot even imagine be going through medical school pregnant and having a baby." And we had Jana 2 months before graduating from medical school, and just so proud. We feel very blessed with our children. Even though I live a very, very busy life, this was at Jana's debutante at Hotel Del, and Michael was still small. Look at him, he's beautiful. And
Such a
yes,
beautiful family. And I was telling some people that it's like
my husband's
as far as
Korean, by the way, so he's not Filipino, but he's completely thrown into the Filipino immersion of our culture and being part of the Mauricio clan. And we are so tightly knit that sometimes I feel very sorry for him.
well, what Dr. James is saying to me is he might not be Filipino by birth, but by heart he's a Filipino now.
Yes, he knows that pusong Pinoy because he always says that. And he wished he was Filipino, but we all Filipinos seem to all wish they were Korean. So I think I tell people, I'm kind of like ahead of my time. Like I didn't even know Koreans were going to be so in. And so I married one, and my children are half Korean. So, and Michael can actually dance. So maybe he can have a career as a K-pop group.
K-pop, one of this.
So
Now, also the one of the things that's so interesting about Jaina too is when it's like she fulfilled that circle because you guys graduated from Stanford School of Medicine, and then she did too with for her undergraduate. And how does it feel? I mean, it's like passing. It's rite of passage. It's like passing the baton from you guys, you and Dr. James, and then seeing your first daughter, first child to be graduating from the same school.
So when we got James and I got married at the Stanford church, obviously we were both, classmates. It's just a dream, right? Because we got pregnant while we were pregnant during medical school. We had her at the Stanford hospital. I
Yeah.
delivered her there, so she's truly a Stanford baby, and it's a dream. But of course, it's so incredibly difficult and almost impossible to get into Stanford University at all. So we never put that pressure on her. We never actually mentioned that she needed to go to Stanford, but somehow she was able to get in. And so during her graduation, it was such an incredible moment of, like you said, it's like a circle is complete. What a beautiful end to our Stanford love story, right? And
I
so
know.
just
It's a
feel
circle. Yeah.
so incredibly blessed. And of course, my mom thought that it was so awesome that she got to attend two Stanford graduations, one for her daughter and now for her granddaughter. So, but we're not putting any pressure on Michael.
No, no pressure on Michael.
Because
Michael is a
like I said,
different
it's
breed.
like winning the lotto if you can get into Stanford.
Well, one of the things too that I'd like to kind of touch is because you mentioned earlier that the other half of Mauricio Lee is Dr. James. Let's show some picture of Dr. James, the good-looking Dr. James.
He was really one of the hottest and best looking medical students at Stanford.
To this day.
I mean, if you think he's good looking now, when we were in med school, he was better looking than most Korean actors now. If you guys love your K drama, not to brag, but I went for looks, and that's kind of the joke. It's like, I went for looks. And he's amazing. He's definitely one of the most brilliant and intelligent and kindest and most patient um, man or person that you'll ever meet. And everybody feels like, he's their best friend, right? And
Yeah.
he will take the time to talk to you and explain and teach you and share his, any kind of expertise or wisdom with you. He's such a great teacher, which I'm happy because I'm a horrible teacher.
No, but
The kids
you
know
guys
they need
complement each
to
other.
learn anything.
Seriously,
They need to
it's
talk
a
to
beauty. Well, you could tell from your kids; they're perfect combination. With
me.
Jaina and Michael, I mean, the genes are definitely there. With your
Well,
genes and Dr. James's, it's amazing.
thank you. And we do feel like, you never know what you're gonna get with your kids. And we feel lucky that with the genetic lotto, it seemed to have worked, except for maybe the height part. So whatever. Our
Well,
kids are like me.
one of the things too that we mentioned, we kind of talk about in the past. You when you met Dr. James, you're going with someone else, and so was he, right? And then
Yes.
briefly talk about that because that was a good love story.
Yeah,
Because
so
the first thing I asked Dr. James was it love at first sight. Said, "Oh, there's a story behind that," and Dr. Tess
yeah,
confirmed
so
that.
James was dating someone for a long time. Actually, they've been throughout their he went to Yale, and this was his Yale girlfriend, and she also was in medical school. She's a year ahead. And then I had my boyfriend in San Diego, also a very serious relationship. And then it's like we met in med school, and James loves to hum while he's dissecting during anatomy class. And I got this idea that I was going to organize the very first Stanford Medical School talent show, and I was going to ask James to sing a duet with me, just because I thought he was cute. But I knew it's like, oh, he's Korean. I'm not. I wanted to marry a Filipino, but he's Korean. So it's all he's dating someone. I'm in a serious relationship. This is just like for good fun, just to sing. But during the time when we were practicing, we really enjoyed each other's company. And after the talent show, we were both very sad that we didn't need to practice anymore. And then it was pretty obvious after that that we needed to be together. But there's a lot of drama because he's the firstborn in his, family. They're Koreans, and they really expected him to marry a
Yeah.
Korean woman. And for a while, he tried. So, we were together, we broke up. I told him, I can never be Korean. So go find your Korean wife. And, we broke up. But after a while, we realized, we really needed to be together. So the rest is history.
See, what I consider it destiny. It is really, you were destined to be with each other. So as
Mm-hmm.
they said, if it's meant to be, regardless of what happened in between, you'll end up together and see where you are now.
And right, right.
Now, let's show the two people that I'm so at awe of, who is very responsible for Dr. Tess and for the other siblings. Let's show that because I want to kind of talk about your mom and your dad.
There they are. They're very, very camera shy.
I know.
They're so, I mean, I don't know how they ended up with kids like us because my mom and dad both really, really, shy away from the camera. They barely want to take photos. But my mom, from a young age, she really encouraged me and my siblings to perform. She really wanted me and Rick, and whenever we would go to parties, she would want us to kind of, our gift to the hosts would be
Yeah.
for us to sing and perform. And so that's kind of how we grew up.
It's amazing. And the thing that I know for a fact that you guys are so close. That's why, remember, I keep talking
My
about,
parents,
like,
we're so close. They're downstairs.
I know, but even your siblings, even we, they have family. I said, remember when you say you invite your friends, and even I will be invited. I said, you don't need anybody else. You as a family already, with the kids and with the cousins, it's already a big party every week. Like every time that when you get together, it's amazing.
It's really, really true. And the older we get, the more we really appreciate our incredible bond. And, there's no jealousy. I think it's probably because I was taking care of my younger siblings when my parents were both working, till late, late night. So I think they're just used to the hierarchy. It's like, okay, ate will, ate will tell us what to do. And we do what she says and kind of thing like that. And so, and I think my mom really instilled in us that we are a team, so we need to work together as a team. No one's better than the other. Everybody work together for a common goal. And we truly enjoy being with each other. And I think that's the reason we can hang out, we can work together. We don't get bored of each other. And so sometimes our spouses get annoyed because it's like, you guys are hanging out again. Come on. And we always have to do things together. But it's really a very special bond. And I'm just so, so grateful. And I love my siblings. And I know that I would not be where I am if they weren't behind me all the way.
Well, the good thing about what you mentioned is it's really very special because we see a lot of Filipino families living in the States, and yours is really very special because very close knit. And then in one of the press conference that I attended, and my question is, why do they do and they follow you? And they said, well, if Ate would say something, we just follow, we don't ask.
That's what I mean. It's training. But
Because
also,
and then
I was
Rick,
ROTC battalion commander in high school, so it's probably in me to be like that. But I think they know too that I only have their best interests at heart.
that's what Rick said because
Oh, did
Rick
he
is the
say
one who spoke
that?
with the family, and he said, "Well, when Ate would say to us, you need to do this, we just follow and we don't even ask." And the and then I said, "What's the reason behind it?" He said, "The reason behind is because we know for a fact that anything that she would do, it's for the best of each one of us." And that's amazing. That's why I said, guys, if you are not watching All in the Family on GMA Pinoy TV, watch it. It is really a sight to see. It's a good example of what a family, a loving family, and it's not non-scripted, which is so awesome. And you follow their lives. That's why I keep asking, what why would you allow anybody to do that? Oh, because it's good. It's a good example for everybody, and it's a really a good show, simply because it shows how it is possible in this day and age to have siblings with their families to party and dwell and blend together without technically no conflict at all.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that actually when we were conceptualizing All in the Family, right? We're like, okay, because they're saying, is this like the Kardashians? I guess in that we are siblings, but we really don't have drama. And we may have like little tiny bickering, but it's not anything that is, reality show worthy, but it's really more like silly, funny, and happy, and just things, like for example, last episode of All in the Family, it was Angela, my sister Angela, won the showcase showdown of the
All
50th
prizes.
anniversary of The Price is Right.
Right,
We
yes.
had the viewing party in my house, and it's truly what you guys see in the show is really what was happening in my house. And the excitement and the screaming and laughter, and my dad just like super excited. And so it's reality, but not much drama. But I think people love the show, and I've gotten such positive feedback from it because it's refreshing, because most of the things that we watch on TV nowadays tend to look for drama, the negative part
Conflict, yes.
of life. And I
Yeah.
think, especially now, we need something light and fun and just entertaining and maybe more on the uplifting side.
And it's a very that's why I keep telling people when they said in one word, how would you describe the show? I said it's a feel good show. Really. I mean, inspiring, motivational, and it's a feel good. I mean, like what you said, there's really no drama, no conflict that to be worried about. And it just shows what a happy family is all about. That
And
it is
I love
possible in this day and age.
and I love
Especially it's an interracial family.
Correct. Yeah, and I think I love that a lot of families that, like you said, mixed families. My
Yes.
brother-in-law is Taiwanese, Cheryl's husband's Taiwanese, James is Korean, and so we have mixed kids. Can relate to that, and also you get to see the next generation as well, right? The
Yeah.
nieces, the family members that were born in the United States who are mixed, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. And I love when young people come up to me, and this happens to me all the time, and they're like, Dr. Tess, I watch your show, my lolo, my lola, and I grew up watching your show because I've been on GMA now for almost 10 years.
10 years, yes.
Young girls who were watching when they were young, now in college, or maybe thinking about applying for health careers, and they message me. And I am just so touched because this was truly the mission of, really having a show on GMA Pinoy TV.
I know, amazing, and of course, like what we mentioned earlier, not only you are on a GMA network or GMA Pinoy TV, you are also everywhere. You are in the mainstream. We call it mainstream. You are on San Diego, and you are on Fox TV. You are always invited to be the medical expert on the mainstream. So that's why I said you are really a good ambassador and a good example of a Filipina and an immigrant, a very successful person. And on top of that, you're so proud of your heritage. And I am thanking you for that, because you're a good example, and it's a good feel that when people hear about Dr. Tess Mauricio or Dr. Tess Mauricio Lee, they always, not only they know you are very educated, but you have that heritage of Filipino or Pinoy pride. That
Thank
is
you,
so
Josh.
awesome.
I that's actually something that is one of my biggest goals. And today I just filmed for a company called Evolus, and it is the maker of Jeuveau, which is a Botox alternative. I've done work with major brands like Proactive, where I am the face of Proactive. They're expert for number 7 skincare line. And I'm really proud when I go to these shows, like when I went on Dr. Oz or Dr. Phil, the Rachel Ray show, these mainstream media where they recognize that, yes, I can represent a doctor, right? An
Yes.
American doctor. And this is the face of an American doctor. And I always say that I'm so proud that America's favorite dermatologist is a Filipina.
Exactly. Amazing. Now, a lot of people are texting me already. Okay, she's so inspiring. Oh my God, we have so many people
I know
watching.
there's so many comments.
So,
I'm
Feli
looking
Alfien,
down.
hi Feli's watching from
Hi,
Washington,
MJ.
Seattle. Hi
My
Feli, sabi
cousin's
niya, hi
watching.
Kuya Josh and Dr. Tess watching you guys right now here in Las Vegas.
Hey.
Juliet Marcus watching from Laguna. Good afternoon. Then Alexander
Hi.
Francisco is watching from Quezon City. Gina Marcus is watching in the Philippines. Josephine De La Torre is watching from Glendale, California. Cherry Atlan is watching from Los Angeles. Jeneline Lisel Enriquez, she's a nurse as well. I know Dr. Lisel is watching as well. Emma is watching. Emma Consul, hello, is watching us from Carson, California. And there's other people watching us. This is so
Oh, this
amazing.
is fun. And
Okay, a lot.
like you can ask some questions, right? Because you
Yes,
guys can
yeah.
ask
So
me
if you have any
questions.
questions, because I have two phones going on, Dr. Tess, I have one local and one
I
US,
love it.
and
I
and
love
I will tell you some of the
multitasking.
questions. But a lot of people are saying we want to see because it was advertised that there's some procedures that
Hmm.
Dr. Tess or M Beauty clinics are well known for. So we will touch on that right now. But let me show first the two wonderful, beautiful kids of Dr. Tess. Let's start with the eldest, and her name, of course, is Jaina. And Dr.
Yes.
just gonna talk about that a little bit earlier. Let's show how beautiful the combination of Dr. James and
Oh,
Dr. Tess, and that's Jaina during her 18th birthday.
correct. That's
And of course, the lady in pink, that's Mama Heidi.
Hola. The matriarch. She's the boss. It's so funny because I'm 50, but I always ask my mom about her opinion, and if she gives me that look or kind of any kind of hesitation, I really think twice about it. And James says, "Geez," and I'm like, "Yep, my mom has really good instinct. She's a very, very wise woman. She's really a genius when it comes to raising kids."
I know.
And raising confident, really, confident whole people. And so we're very, very much grateful that she was there to help us raise our kids, because as you know, I was going through my training, my residency, building a practice, very, very busy. And I think I was only really feeling good to do that because I leave my kids with my mom. So that's one of the best things about being Filipino, is that we have lolas and lolas to help us raise our kids. And it is such a blessing for kids to grow up with their
And
grandparents.
they love, I mean, they love to entertain all your friends as well. That's why we're so close. We feel like we're an
Yes, no, my
adopted,
mom loves
adopted.
you, Josh. And your bibingkas. Thank you for the bibingka for Christmas. That was
You
delicious.
know, I love your dad and of course, Mommy Heidi. Also, let's show Michael. Look at Michael now from that kid that I met. Look at him
Yes,
now.
this was just New Year's Eve. Yes,
Yes,
he's getting taller, he's getting more handsome, and he's an incredible dancer.
dancer. Yes, remember
And
during your party he
really,
danced.
really smart. We don't know what life has in store for him, but we're really excited to see what the
And like
future.
what you said, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. I really feel like now there's so many ways that our kids can be successful, that it's not only the traditional paths of going to med school, although we wouldn't mind if he decides that's what he wants to do. But there's so many paths now for kids, but the goal is really, to utilize his gifts to the best possible way, and so he can be a blessing to others. And I don't know what that's going to be.
Well, one of the things too that I'd like to kind of touch is like Dr. Tess mentioned earlier that she turned 50. I don't know where the 50 is coming from, but one of the things that is I'm so proud of is like let's show that there was a proclamation November 13 of last year during her birthday that it was proclaimed, and this is not like a it's not like a walk in the park. Not a lot of people are getting this. The city of San Diego proclaimed Dr. Tess Mauricio's Day, November
Oh.
13. That is so awesome. I mean, it does not happen to everyone. Not a lot of people
No.
are giving that proclamation from a city like San Diego. How does it feel, Dr. Tess,
I
to
was
be one day to be called Dr. Tess Mauricio's Day?
it was such a great surprise. Definitely something that, I do what I do, and all these accolades and things like your own day and a giant proclamation. It's really like, wow, I'm amazed. It's very cool. James thinks it's really cool. And so he's like, man, you have a day. And then he actually was asking the person who was presenting me, what's supposed to happen on that day? What is she supposed to, what's she supposed to do on that day? It's Dr. Tess Mauricio Day. And so I think it's awesome. And thank you to the city of San Diego for giving me this honor, and I certainly plan to continue what I've been doing to really make this world a better place.
And honestly, that is really one of those really that uplifts the Filipino spirit, that we have you as a representative of the community, and you're doing such a fantastic job as a representative representing us. Now, just to let you guys know, those listeners and viewers right now, this is not the only awards, because if I go through her arrays of awards, we will not be finished, because she's been Beautiful Life. She has this Women of Substance. She has this Influencer of the Year. There's so many of those awards. Anything that is out there, Dr. Tess has them and has received them not only once, but
Thank you.
numerous times.
Not yet.
But I think the biggest that you have so far, aside of course for your family, is this proclamation. I'm so proud of that, and congratulations.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
and another thing too is we call her not only America's favorite dermatologist, she is also the dermatologist of the stars. And we'll show you some of the big names in Hollywood that Dr. Tess is responsible for keeping them, just like myself, beautiful, flawless, ageless, name it. Let's show some of them. Let's start first from the beautiful Paula Abdul. How did that come about?
Yeah, so this is a really cool story. So, Marla Maples, who is, Donald Trump's second wife, um,
Yes.
was was introduced to me through my show. I actually went to her home. I interviewed her. We became great friends. And when she was gonna compete for Dancing with the Stars, I basically got her ready. Worked on her skin, and then she invited me to the premiere episode there to watch live. And then I sat next to this guy who talked to me and said, "Oh, so you're Marla's dermatologist?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she's like, "I am really good friends with Paula Abdul. Paula's
Yes.
been wondering who Marla's dermatologist was because Marla looks amazing. And so, do you have a card?" And so I gave him my card. And then we got a call. I'm like, okay, now forgot about it, because people say that all the time and you never get
Yes.
anything. And then
True.
a few days later, we got a call from Paula's assistant and said, "Paula wants to see you in your Beverly Hills office." And we scheduled a time. Lisa scheduled a time. And then on that day, Paula Abdul walked into our M Beauty clinic, and we were all like trying not to like lose our minds. And she's the nicest. You met her, Josh. She is
Yes, I did.
the nicest, most down to earth, beautiful
Beautiful.
person.
Ageless.
Excited.
Ageless.
She's going to be 60 this year, 2022. She told me You know, she really loves that I've really kept her looking great without major surgery. She looks, you know, natural, which is what she likes. And she's like, I'm going to be 60 this year, 2022. Paula Abdul turns 60. Can you believe it? And she looks amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. And let's show the other celebrity that everybody would know too as well.
Yes,
Apple
of
the app.
course. Black Eyed Peas. This was actually at a concert at the Hollywood Bowl. And, you know, they were headlining this along with Maroon 5. Who else was there? Sean
And
Mendez was
this, yeah.
there. Yeah. Kid Leroy. And so there's so many stars. And Apple appreciated so much what I've been doing for his skin. He's looking so good. And he said he gets so many compliments. He feels still like a rock star because he looks young, because you got to look young to pull off
Yes.
the rock star vibe. That he gave me one of his seats for the concert. And actually on that night behind me, the same box, Apple's box, Casey Concepcion was also there watching with her friend. And so it was nice because after the Black Eyed Peas performed, we felt so special because Apple came to our block and hung out and partied with us and watched Room 5 together. And everyone thought, ooh, you know, everyone's taking photos of us, thinking we were the celebrities. We must be.
Well, you are a celebrity. You are Dr. Tess Mauricio.
Oh yeah, well, it was really really fun, and this was at an event at my house. So this was actually the Fil-Am bid event, which will be featured on the
All in the
episode
family. Yeah.
All in the Family tomorrow. So
Yes.
to watch this very special home visit by Apple, and it was a very special day, and I'm just so grateful for Apple, for his friendship, for his trust. I've known him and I've treated him for almost 10 years now as well, and it's been a wonderful wonderful friendship.
And it's so funny because remember how we when we talk about it, your patients become your good friends and we become
Yeah.
all your babies.
Like you, Josh, right?
Yeah,
Chris,
it's been so long time ago now that I've been with you and taking care of my skin and making me look good. Okay, let's have the other celebrity, and a lot of people will be so amazed on this other celebrity. Let's show that other picture. Look
yes.
at this one.
This
This is Julian Lennon.
John Lennon, John Lennon's son. It's
Yeah.
so crazy because on in our Rodeo Drive office, on the
Yes.
coffee table, there is a book of like album covers, and the front page, the cover is his dad, John Lennon's
Yes.
photo. And so Julian, he's amazing. You know, he came to me, and basically we were on California Live together, and that's how we met. He just happened to be promoting his book, and we really hit it off. And he said, "I'll come see you." And he lives in Europe. He
Yeah.
doesn't live in the States. And he messaged me once and said, "I want to see you." And then I did a full skin exam, and actually I found a skin cancer on Julian's scalp, and he was
Wow.
very open about this. So I biopsied that lesion. Nobody found it, and it's a good thing I examined his scalp. It was a skin cancer. We caught it early. I removed it. I did surgery on Julian Lennon's scalp, and he was so grateful. And it was all over international media and news, you know, like skin cancer, cancer scare, John Lennon's son. And so, and I saw him recently, right before the holidays as well. And so,
Yeah, he went visit you. I saw that picture as well. Okay, there's other more celebrity Hollywood, but I know a lot of people are asking, how about Filipino celebrity? Of course, let's show some Filipino celebrities.
yes, well, yeah, I think everyone recognizes this guy. This is Gabby.
Gabby Concepcion. Yeah.
Yes, and so Gabby, I've treated him multiple times with our signature time machine procedure. And you know, we still message each other because it's like, you know, if ever COVID ends and he comes here, we definitely plan to do some more treatments. But he's a great friend as well, and who doesn't love Gabby?
And let's not forget, you did a CD with him
I did. Oh my gosh! So my
and an
brother,
MTV as well. It's on YouTube.
Gabby, is like everyone's ultimate heartthrob, and I grew up in the Philippines, so he was mine. And my brother has these
Rick.
songs. Yeah, my
Yeah.
brother Rick has these songs that he composed, and we had got this idea once that okay, let's film one of the season of the show in the Philippines. Let's record the songs that Rick composed with Gabby, and so we actually have some duets.
Yes.
And so it's pretty fun. And we did an MTV. So I checked those off my bucket list.
And everybody was so envious of you, remember? Because there
Of
was a time that,
course.
yeah, all the ladies like,
Jealous.
and you got it.
Yep, yep. I definitely it was definitely enviable to
Well,
do that with
what
Gab.
I missed in telling people earlier, our viewers and our listeners, Dr. Tess not only is a great dermatologist, she can sing too. She had sang with the stylistics, with so many other not only Filipino artists. There's so many that she did. Out of the blue, they will ask her to sing, and of course, she can really sing. I mean, I didn't bother to put it on air anymore because I said this is gonna be a 3 hour show. Maybe we'll
I
have a
know.
part two
I told
with
Josh,
her.
I'm like, Josh, we have to like make it only 1 hour. But I'm looking at the time, like we haven't even talked about treatments yet.
No, we will. We're almost there. Okay, now that you mentioned that, let's talk about. Oh, there's one more celebrity that
Okay.
that definitely we have to
Okay,
touch.
okay.
Okay, one more celebrity, and then we go with the treatment.
Oh, I love Ariel. See?
I
Ariel
know.
Rivera. Oh my gosh. My whole family loves him. He is the sweetest. And I really feel like he is, okay, one of the best male singers. And when he sings a love song, it really gets to your heart. And I actually got to sing a part of Ikaw at his concert. So that was a
Yeah.
highlight. And of course, he came to the clinic, and yeah, we love Ariel. I can't wait to hear him sing again.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a part two on the other side of Dr. Tess Mauricio, and we'll show all the other things that you're
We
doing
have
aside
to.
from what you practice. Now everybody's telling me, okay, we're so excited about this treatment, and they're texting me, are we gonna show that? Oh, Catherine Cruz is watching. She is the wife of the former Consul General of Los Angeles, Adelio Cruz. Hi, Catherine Cruz.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, yeah, they're watching. Oh, okay. So let's start. Let's roll the and Dr. Tess. We muted the video so you could give us a little of sample on what's going on the
Okay.
treatment itself. Okay, let's show the first roll. And some of this you didn't even see. I it's a surprise for you.
Oh, okay. This
No,
is
let's
this
not do
is
this first. Let's do
this. Okay.
the office first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's one of our
Yeah.
favorite patients.
Yes.
So this
So
is
this,
our East Lake or Chula Vista office. So we have three offices. One in the central San Diego branch near the Miramar Air Station, and then this one is South San Diego, East Lake, Chula Vista, and yeah. So
they
this
went
is
there before the holidays.
yeah, this is where Josh visited before the holidays to get his treatment. I didn't even know that Josh. Oh yeah, there's our picture from
with
Stanford.
Stanford as the background or backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful, beautiful office. This is the first time I've been there.
Yes,
Normally I go to the other office in San Diego, but this one is my first. And this is look how beautiful this. It's so I'm so proud of being in this office. And let's do the other on the office as well. Yeah. See, I love this. I love the quotation. I love the what you have there on the wall, and then
yes.
see that. So it's very festive because it was almost Christmas.
established 2004. So,
Yeah.
Josh, we're almost 20 years in practice. And
Can you
we're
believe
really,
that?
really proud of that as well. Because through the ups and downs of the economy, through COVID, we're really able to survive and thrive and continue to serve, and help people really look and feel their best. And all of these treatments that we do, and some of the ones that you'll see, really help uplift people's spirits and make them happy, because when you look good, you feel good.
Of
Joshua
course.
knows.
Okay, then of course we're showing this very famous, and let's show the picture of those lively. It's just like similar to livelihood because I'd like you
Yes.
to kind of
So,
touch on that. So this is, yeah,
yeah, my
these are the
husband
three
and I,
products.
right,
But
right.
you want to talk a little bit about these wonderful products that I know people are going crazy. Even I am still taking them. Go ahead. Let's
Yeah.
start with this first one.
So these are supplements. This is really inspired by my husband, Dr. James, went through some very, very difficult and scary health problems. And we really used our expertise, our medical knowledge, and to try to figure out how to optimize his healing. And that is through nutrition and nutritional supplementation. And so we put together this complete set for restoration daily. So this is everything you need on a day-to-day basis. So many incredible ingredients. Josh takes it, I take it every day. It's really directed towards brain health, but what it's good for the brain is good for our entire body and all of the
Right.
cells of our body. Incredible, like I said, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, botanicals. It has omega 3, fatty acids. It has incredible cutting edge ingredients in there. I'm very religious about taking this. And then sleep is so important in our brain health and just our overall health, beauty, well being. And so we created one of the best sleep formula called Sleep Peacefully. We actually sold this on QVC and it sold out. It was so
Yes.
amazing. There's 21 different ingredients in there. And then finally, if we want to fire up and kind of activate our brains, there's focus clearly. So instead of like drinking a ton of caffeine or eating sugar food where you have a lot of calories, you can take focus clearly. So it's complete. And we also had have a skin supplement, of course, with collagen and glutathione and other antioxidants. We are very proud of these products, but we are excited because we're going to make them even better. We're reformulating them. And we're going to come out with a new line soon. So we'll announce that.
Yes,
What
please let us,
do
because
you
this
think?
one I'm really using it religiously, especially the sleeping. So remember, I told you I have problem
Yeah.
with my sleeping, and this really helped me a lot.
And
That
especially if
problem.
you're traveling to the Philippines and you're jet lag, you need to get to sleep. This is really amazing when you're traveling. And then the focus, if you really need to concentrate, if you need to study, even our daughter Jana swears she would not have made it through Stanford without all of these supplements and a
And
lot
that's
of
why I remember I
friends
told you this
in med
clear
school
made me
take
forget.
them.
It makes me not to forget things. When
Yes.
I start taking it, it's amazing. So you guys make sure you avail of this product, especially the new products that Dr. Tess and Dr. James would come up with. Okay, now let's go to this treatment that everybody's waiting for. Okay, let's start first with the Pronox, because a lot of people are asking me, does it hurt? And
Mm.
for everybody to know, I'm the guinea pig of, well, not guinea pig, but you would see me. I've never seen this before, that I will be the subject of this treatment. And of course, in the olden days when you have other people doing it for you, one of the things that I really, really, really loved about M Beauty Clinic is anything that they do to your skin, it is so painless. Meaning there's no pain whatsoever. And it's either you giggle, you're awake, and you're just having fun. And one of those, and the secret to that is, let's show that. Let's show the picture of my favorite thing on earth for now is Pronox.
So this is nitrous gas, so laughing gas. Um, and not a lot of practices offer this for, anesthesia, for comfort, for pain control. And we are big believers at M Beauty that, your experience really should be the best that it can be. Our staff and the people who are going to work on you if you come to M Beauty, they're warm, truly caring people. But we also use the best numbing creams. We take the time for you to sit there to numb. There are a lot of offices, they don't want to take the time to numb you. They just inject you and they just hit your skin. So not only are you going to have the benefit of the strongest topical numbing creams, but you also will get the benefit of laughing gas. And this is really incredible because unlike the laughing gas that you get at the dentist office, where it's like basically you don't have a choice, you're inhaling it. This is self-controlled, self-administered. So once you stop breathing it, in about 5 to 10 minutes, you're totally
Oh,
awake, you're totally with it, and you're able to drive. And so no one needs to be scared about pain anymore, because obviously, especially for my Filipino patients, this is their number one question, number one fear is pain. At M Beauty Clinic, you don't have to worry. You're just giggling, you're laughing. You're like, is it done? And that's like, Josh, it's over. I didn't even
yeah, I
feel.
want some more.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's show Johan. Let's show the liquid time machine. We could roll that, and then Doctor Tess can explain what it is. Oh, that's the.
That was at our, I think, 19th wedding anniversary. So yeah, so this is
This
James.
is Doctor James.
Obviously, we practice what we preach. Someone mentioned, oh, Dr. Jess, you look good for your age. All of the things and all of the treatments that we recommend to turn back the hands of time. James and I, want to say hello? James and I have had these treatments, and here's James. And this was for a Father's Day segment, actually. Hold on. Well, we're showing the video.
Oh,
And this is the AccuVein, one of the tools that we use at M Beauty Clinic to detect using infrared the blood vessels that are underneath your skin. So we try to avoid them so that you don't bruise. And if we're doing fillers, we try to identify the veins and the blood vessels so we don't inject filler in the vessel, and that can cause a lot of potential bad complications. So we really try to use the best technology like Pronox for pain control. This is actually Botox that we're doing for James so that he can be flawless. He can never look angry at me. He can
and I'm
never
never
look.
angry at her. That's why.
He's here. And so it's really good for the 11s. If you're starting to notice that, one of the most popular treatments within a few days in the week, those lines are gone. And then we're also going to be using a filler, a hyaluronic acid filler. A lot of people complain about their laugh lines. James wasn't complaining, but I just needed a male demo patient for Father's Day. And I said, hey, it might as well be you, babe. So
I get the benefit of being the guinea pig for a lot of her new techniques, and I get.
I noticed that, Doctor James. Look at that. Oh, see,
so that's not James, but that's the results that you
before and
get with,
after.
yeah, for the
See, look at me.
filler
I'm smiling
treatments.
and happy. Look at that.
Yeah, the filler treatments are really amazing, Josh, because the results are instant. Part
Yes.
of the reason our face looks saggy, we have wrinkles, is that we lose the structural support, and we lose the volume as we age. That's just normal. And so restoring it in a safe way, obviously, you really need to be careful who does it. And so those are before and afters of the frown lines, the
Right.
11th. And we call this thing our liquid time machine because we're just using Botox and we're using fillers to turn back the hands of time right there.
And this one,
This one is the
this one,
Venus.
I'm very curious. Yeah, this machine.
Yeah. So this is Venus Legacy. This is working through radio frequency, which is a very, very amazing technology, different energy that heats the skin, delivers under the skin, tightens the skin, creates new collagen. It also has magnetic energy that helps decrease inflammation. Plus, it has lymphatic massage that increases the metabolism of fat. So it will help you. Oh,
And the
guess
way,
who's here?
oh, look at that.
Look at you.
Hi, Dr. James. How are you? Everybody, this is
Yeah.
the famous Dr. James Lee.
Talked a lot about you.
Hello.
Hey guys, this is my husband, Dr. James.
How's it going out there, everybody?
So let's show now what we, because I want to feature that because I'm the guinea pig on this one.
Yes, we need to talk
Let's show first the picture of the machine that they use. It's the
Yes.
a Pixel 8 that we took pictures, and of course, so
Yeah.
this one. So Dr. Tess, what is this exactly? What is this machine? Can you describe this to us?
Sure. So this is the latest technology in skin tightening. And it works, it's RF, radio frequency microneedling. So there are needles up to 3 millimeters in depth that travel underneath the skin to deliver radio frequency. And when it does that, then, like I said, radio frequency is an incredible energy that activates your natural wound healing response, and it ends up building new collagen, and that gives you then skin tightening, lifting, plumping, improvement of scars, improvement of wrinkles. It's really amazing for the upper eyelids, the under eyes, the jawline, the cheeks, the neck. James and I have, had these treatments before my 50th birthday party because we want to look our best. And the coolest thing about this is that
And it
there's
makes it
only
easy.
24-hour downtime.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
makes
a
it
lot
easy.
of downtime.
Not a lot of
I know. Okay, and then this, let's roll now one by one the video we took as me as the patient or the client. Johan, let's show. So
Okay,
this is Rick. Rick started me out first. I'll go ahead and explain.
Yeah, so this is Josh, and this is my brother Rick. And like I mentioned, the nurses at M Beauty Clinic are my siblings, Rick and Angela, in our San Diego office, and almost our brother Jerry for our Beverly Hills clinic. And so Rick is treating Josh with what we call our Pixel Lift treatment. And so he's inhaling his favorite
Pronox.
nitrous gas, the Pronox, and again, that is giving him extra anesthesia. We already numbed his skin. He was sitting with the numbing cream for about 45 minutes. And you can see when the light flashes, the needles go underneath Josh's skin and then delivering the radio frequency.
And there's no blood, Dr. Tess. There's no blood though, even though there's needles.
So it depends. Some patients are more prone to having some pinpoint bleeding, and then the majority of patients don't get too bloody with this treatment. So you look red, you look a little swollen immediately after, but it's not terrible. And within 24 hours, that redness and swelling has really resolved. And there's the nitrous gas. So when you come in, like I said, the Pixel Lift procedure, we numb the skin, and then we do the treatment. This can be combined with our very, very famous time machine procedure. So if we did this with the time machine procedure, you would get a fractional radiofrequency resurfacing or laser skin resurfacing. And then we draw your blood for platelet-rich plasma. And then it will introduce in topically on the surface of your skin your growth factors through platelet-rich plasma and inject it in key areas. But with
look at that, because you guys started like on the kind of neck, and then it goes to the neck. And let's go roll the other video, so at least it goes one by one, Johan, because it shows one underneath, and now Dr. Tess took over because she's doing the eyes now after Dr. James, Dr. Tess.
Yes, so we are now injecting some platelet-rich fibrin matrix for Josh under eye. So this is the way that we naturally revolumize areas that are hollow into under eyes, because that's a very common problem, and we don't use a filler in that area. Other doctors use fillers to fill in what we call that tear trough, but
Yeah.
that skin there is so thin that you can be at risk for getting lumpiness. When we use your own platelet rich fibrin matrix, this is from your blood, this is your own growth factors, but we create a matrix. It is natural. You'll never get lumpy. You'll never have any issues, but you will naturally build your own collagen, and it will help with your eye bags. It will help with dark circles. And I've had this treatment done too because my under eyes used to be a big problem for me, and it's no longer a problem. We fixed it. And I don't know, what do you think about your under eyes, Josh?
I love it because before that was my problem because like I've been like hollowed, and now it's wonderful. I look 10 years younger than I am.
Uh,
Okay,
and look at you. I didn't even see your eye bags before. You know, you had
before. Remember,
and
that's why I hide it all the time. Okay, let's show more of the films that we did.
I don't have any under eye.
Yeah, no lines. Yeah, and it's all me. So look at this one.
Okay, let's see. So this is me now treating
That area. Yeah.
side. Yeah. The jawline is so RF microneedling, the pixel lift is awesome for restoring your youthful jawline. So for me and anyone who's like our age, you know, like I said, I'm 50. This is really where age starts to show. Your jowl starts sagging. You lose that definition in your jawline, and this also shrinks and slims the face,
The face.
which is awesome because when your skin's tighter, your face is smaller and slimmer. When you get older and your skin gets saggy, you lose elasticity, it looks bigger and it looks wider, and so not as nice. So that's what we're trying to fix for Josh.
And the good thing about this thing is really it didn't hurt, seriously. And to think that there's so many
Yeah,
in
so
that
there's
particular
49,
thing.
actually there's 49 needles in that that applicator.
49, right? Yeah.
We can control the energy. We can control the depth of where the needle is going based on the location. So look at Josh. He looks great. Look at your neck. It looks so much
I know,
better.
see?
And your jawline and your
I know,
face
right here, see?
slimmer and your under
Even my
eye.
eyes.
Look, that's amazing. I like I
And
said,
Dr. Jess, how many times would a patient need to do this? Is it
Well-
once a it depends on your skin?
so yeah, so even after your first treatment, like you've had just one, I
One.
had two, you will see improvement because this process really activates your collagen building process. So it's an all natural, truly regenerative process. But if you did a series, you just build on what you've already built. So you just look younger and younger. It's so funny. I had two patients yesterday who watch me on my show,
Yeah.
and they've been watching over the years, and they're like, they saw me in person and they couldn't get over how young I looked. And they're like, why do you look so much younger than the shows that we watch in, you know, years ago? And I'm like, it's because I continue to do treatments. And the more treatments you have, the more collagen you're producing, the younger you look. Like I said, my neck now at 50 looks better than my neck years ago. My under eyes look better now. They're not as hollow. I don't have dark circles anymore. We're able to fix it. My cheekbones, my jawline, it looks more sculpted now. And so I am.
And the thing
blown
is,
away
Dr.
with
Tess,
it.
there's no surgery, right? There's no surgery.
Yes, definitely. We're all about non-surgical rejuvenation. That is what I am an expert in. That is what I lecture and give courses to other doctors about, so these are things and topics that I am truly, I have to, I guess, brag a little, world expert. And so my patients get the benefit that they truly get the cutting edge. For example, Josh, platelet-rich plasma, which is part of the vampire, facelift, vampire
Yes.
facial, that Kim Kardashian had that treatment maybe 5 years ago. We've already been using that at M Beauty Clinic over 7 years ago. We were one of the
Correct.
first practices to offer that micro needling, which people think is so new. We've been doing this for 7 to 8 years at
Exactly. Yeah.
clinic. You know, platelet-rich plasma for hair restoration, which we do for you as well, right? For hair, we've been doing this. We were the first practices to do this. We're the first practice to one of the first practices to offer Pronox nitrous gas. One of the first practices to combine procedures into our time machine procedure. And we actually, I went back to the Philippines to launch that, to introduce that to the dermatologists of the Philippines. And so if you come to M Beauty Clinic, just know that you are getting truly the cutting edge. Most doctors and most offices have never even heard of what we're doing, but we already have it pioneering.
Johan, let's play some more of those videos, especially the platelet that Dr. Tess was talking about. Because I have that on video as well. Especially when, there.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's so platelet-rich plasma. How we harvest it is through a blood draw. So within our blood, there's the red blood cells, which you see is at the bottom right there. I'm pointing at the red blood cells are all there. They're separated.
And those are my blood.
Yes, separated, and we harvest the platelets, and it's rich in plasma, and so that's why it's called platelet-rich plasma. The platelets rich plasma contain so many growth factors that it acts like a fertilizer for tissue. So here is Josh being treated with his platelet-rich plasma for his hair.
Yeah, that's why I look at my hair now. It's so healthy.
Really, really amazing how much better your hair is, Josh. Because in the past, we were actually even talking about, should we do surgery? You know, should we do a hair transplant? But I told Josh, let's just start with platelet-rich plasma. It's non-surgical. Let's grow as much hair as possible. Let's see how much we can restore naturally. And he looks great. And I get
know, look at my hair now. It's so many. So
yeah. So this is a
great.
very popular treatment in our clinic. And you can see that we have Josh use the Pronox, the nitrous gas, while he's having the injections in his scalp. And again, you can go other places and you can have this done. It's gonna hurt because you don't have nitrous. So
this one, it was so painless. Seriously, you could poke me so many times. I didn't even feel like. And remember, after the treatment, I said, "Are we done?"
Seriously, I am a huge baby when it comes to pain too, Josh, which is why I'm always looking for the best numbing cream, the best pain control mechanisms, because I want to keep doing my treatments. And so that's how I discovered, Pronox. And so here it is. So patients can come in a series of treatments, PRP, and it truly is effective, especially now during COVID, Josh. A lot of people, because of the stress, and those who actually have had COVID, they tend to get shedding after because of the illness and because
of the stress.
The stress. You can start shedding hair and you can feel like you're losing a lot of hair. And this treatment definitely can help restore and prevent more hair loss. And so I think this one is, we're treating your under eyes with
with the same platelet.
Yeah, but on the other side. So this is a different technique than the platelet-rich plasma. I'm using a cannula, tiny little needle. And again, you want these things done by experts.
Yes, I was going to say, please make sure they're legitimate, board-certified dermatologists, because that's very sensitive. It goes really close to your eyes, and you could go blind if they're not experts.
Correct. And so again, this is a procedure that I train doctors from all over the world how to perform. We do this. This is one of our most popular treatments in our clinic, platelet-rich fibrin matrix, because everybody hates their dark circles in the under eye, hollow eye bags, especially Filipinos, and especially now because we have to wear our masks all the time and people really focus on the eyes.
See, look, Dr. Tess, that's how it is after See
Mhm.
that? Look how.
Usually after, he's not super red, he's not
Yeah.
crazy red. He's a little swollen in his under eyes. We are applying a peptide mask. So we also have the best topical treatments, regenerative treatments. So this is growth factors, peptides, hyaluronic acid, and it's soothing to the skin immediately after. And since now we have these openings on the skin because of the microneedling through the pixel lift, it's the best time for all these amazing ingredients to be, able to penetrate deep in the skin and work better.
And if you notice, you could already see the improvement on my eyes, right?
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because remember when when
That's
when I first walked in there, I have a hollow, and like my eye bags was so big, and now look at that, it's flattened.
Yeah, no, I really encourage all of you. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I don't like my under eyes, or if you're considering surgery, because that's the only other way to really address eye bags, please call us at M Beauty Clinic. There are non-surgical approaches to really improve that area. Josh experienced it. I am a huge believer because you guys are seeing me up close and I don't have hollow under eyes. I don't have dark circles anymore. And this was really a huge, huge problem for me. And so just know that there are ways to address this without surgery.
Right, and then Dr. Tess, what's the best way to get hold of you and to get a consultation?
Yeah, so we offer free consultations. Can you believe it? Then you just call the clinic 1-8334-M-Beauty, or you can go to our website. It's mbeautyclinic.com and email us at info@mbeautyclinic.com. Or you can message us on Facebook at M Beauty by Dr. Tess, or you can message me. But you should take advantage of the free consultation just to get educated, because like I said, even doctors who are in my field, many of them are not aware of all these new technologies, especially in regenerative medicine, the use of platelet-rich plasma, platelet-rich fibrin matrix, the natural way to rejuvenate. And you guys, like I said, I practice what I preach. All of these treatments that we discussed with Josh, I've done to Josh, I've also had done. And at 50, you guys see me, if you go to M Beauty Clinic, you can see me in person, you can check me out, check out my skin, and many patients will really say that I look much younger than my age. And patients who've been with me for almost 20 years become believers because they've seen me age as well. And they know that we have, like you said, Josh, the secret to looking ageless.
Exactly. Okay, there's some question. Dr. Tess has the most beautiful hair that I've seen. Are those are
They're
those real?
Yes, this is really my hair. I get this question asked a lot. I get the platelet-rich plasma treatment done on a regular basis. I believe in being proactive. You don't necessarily have to have experienced hair loss. We know that hair loss and hair thinning is normal as we age. It's expected. So I'm not going to wait until I've lost my hair. I'm going to be proactive. And then I also use Theradome, which is an at-home laser device. I use that 3 to 5 days a week. I take supplements, and also I use special shampoos. So, it works.
Dr. Tess, second question. They're asking, is there any age, a particular age that you could start seeing a dermatologist to make sure that you have beautiful skin?
That's a great question. More and more younger people are coming in because they see it more on social media. The younger generation, actually, like my daughter, they're not into waiting until they look old, they're wrinkled. They're into what's called prejuvenation. Prejuvenation, right? Before they even have wrinkles, they're already getting Botox or Jeuveau, which is the alternative to Botox. I did the commercial, and I'm going to be the face of Jeuveau. because we're trying to really get the younger people to think about it as prevention. Because if you're not able to create that wrinkle, and I know Juvo, you've had Juvo, Josh. Can you
Yes.
make? You can't make that wrinkle, can you?
No.
Stay with me.
It's secret revealed.
Sorry, Josh. So Juvo, it basically acts on the muscles there, the forehead lines, and when you smile, see how when I smile, no lines, right? So those are you can prevent having wrinkles there, and when you don't have wrinkles there, you do look more youthful. You do look more relaxed. You look more pleasant. People find that you look happier. And they actually have done studies that people who get Botox done feel happier, feel more relaxed, and people do find that they look more attractive and they are more respected at work because you don't look stressed out. You never look stressed out, even though you are.
Yeah, especially
a lot of young people are coming in, probably in their early 20s. They're coming in to get that done because they're starting to see the lines on their forehead and they don't like it. And then, of course,
Dr. Tess, they have a question.
Yeah.
Is it better to get the Pixel 8 versus what's this? Pixel 8 and Ultera, or can it be combined?
So Ultera is ultrasound. Yeah. It's a different type of energy. Pixel 8 is radio frequency, and it goes through the epidermis. So the difference is Ultera only addresses the deep layer of the skin. So you're not going to get real improvement on the surface of your skin. So your pores, your wrinkles, sun damage, acne scars, they're not really improved that much. With Pixel 8, you improve all of those. Plus, you also get that deep dermal heating that Ultera does. So you also get that long-term skin tightening. Plus, Ultera, I heard, is super painful. It's also very expensive. And I've had patients who've come to see me who've have experienced extreme pain having it done and had zero results. So with treatments like Pixel 8 or the Time Machine, because we also address the surface of your skin, you will see a difference because you will have brighter, younger looking skin instead of waiting months and months time for just skin tightening. So you get a much better result and a bigger bang for your buck with treatments like Time Machine and Pixel 8. And I tell people, if a technology really works and delivers the results, I would have that technology. I'm constantly searching for technologies that are awesome that I can use for me, my friends, our patients, our family. And so if I don't have it, there's a reason. And I don't have Ultera.
Okay, so we have two last questions because I know you need to sleep because you have to go to the Beverly Hills Clinic tomorrow. We cannot say, Josh, we don't believe that she's 50 years old. Please ask her what year was she born.
1971, November 13, 1971.
And secondly, when
I practice what I preach, it's possible. And now that I've turned 50, Josh, I have become even more passionate about my field and the technology and the expertise that we have, because there's nothing like seeing the results on your own face when you look in the mirror and seeing the, kind of the reaction that my own patients have and the people around me. Like today, half of the production team that I work with are in their 20s and they couldn't believe it. And it's almost like to them, it's kind of inspiring to see me because all of them are scared. They think 50 is so old and that they'll look old. And then they look at me, they're like, yeah, I can be 50 if I'm going to be that kind of 50,
Now, last question, Dr. Tess. Is it hard to get a consult appointment with you, Dr. Tess?
Yes, so it's really not. I mean, although I treat a lot of celebrities, the huge majority of my patients are regular people. And I love to see my fellow Filipinos in the clinic. We have a lot of fun. You really will feel at home. You really will feel taken care of. You really will feel like you are in a place where you are going to be treated well and you're going to get the results. And so, call for your free consultation. If you want the consultation to be with me personally, then we do ask for a $250 hold fee, which goes towards any procedure or any purchase in the clinic. So if you know you want to be treated in our clinic and you want me to do your consultation, then you pay the $250 and it goes towards your procedures. It's not an extra payment. If you're just wondering, you want to just figure out what's available, we offer free consultation with my incredible cosmetic consultants, and they will send me your photo, they will send me your concerns, and I answer them through email, and then they give you my recommendation. So it's either I talk to you in person or I do FaceTime or Zoom consults as well. We have a lot of patients who come from all over the world to see us, and so we can do virtual consults as well. But I look
Okay,
forward to seeing you.
one last question. This lady said, "Do you ever go to San Francisco?"
We do. Actually, I had two other people ask me that today. They're begging for me to do my Bay Area satellite clinic, and I usually go. But because I just got so busy during the holidays, I didn't get to go. But maybe sometime in February, if this whole Omicron thing is okay, I might do a clinic in February. Follow me on Facebook, and I always announce it on social media. If you're interested, you can call the clinic as well or email us, and we'll put you in our Bay Area list, and we'll contact you when I have a Bay Area day.
Dr. Tess, what are your Facebook page again? So at least we'll announce it as well.
Yes,
If they want to follow, it's M Beauty Clinic.
So M Beauty by Dr. Tess, and then my personal page is Tess Mauricio, and our website is mbeautyclinic.com, and our email is info@mbeautyclinic.com.
And if you missed that, we'll definitely put it on our page to make sure that you get hold of Dr. Tess of M Beauty. And I am honestly, Dr. Tess is the best dermatologist.
Keep going for another hour.
I know, but you have to sleep. We'll do part two because there's other treatment that I have installed, but I need you to stress as well. That was fast. It's an hour and 34 minutes.
So those of you who live in the LA area, I have a Rodeo Drive Beverly Hills clinic, and I'm actually driving there tomorrow, and we have a full day's worth of clinic. And when you go there, you just never know which celebrity you'll run into. It's pretty fun. You might run into Julian Lennon, Apple, Bella Poarch, which was actually there. And so you just never know. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
Dr. Tess, firstly, thank you for the privilege of guesting. Finally, your schedule allowed us to do this. I'll definitely do a part two, especially when you have other major announcement to announce. I know you have other plans and other promos and other projects that we could again touch. And I know there's a lot of other services, the O shots and all that I know will be dear and close to especially our female viewers, and definitely we'll definitely touch on that. That one I'm not gonna volunteer myself because that doesn't apply to me. And you just have to find out what it is. And then there's an Almi thing we want to talk about it too. Yeah, so there's a lot of things, and there's more questions. And some of these questions, I'm just gonna send it to you, and maybe they could just because there's my other phone is going through all these questions. I said, as much as we'd like, we are running out of time simply because I need to let go Dr. Tess. Dr. Tess, last message for our viewers and as well as our listeners.
Yes, well, I think if there's anything that COVID has taught all of us is that life is short, and, we really need to seize the day. And if there's anything that really you feel is pulling you back from being and feeling your most confident and your best self when you look at yourself in the mirror, please contact us. We know we can help you, and you can make 2022 your best year ever.
New year, new you.
New year, new you. Be your best with Dr. Tess.
That's right. And don't forget to watch her also on GMA Pinoy TV, All in the Family with Dr. Tess.
Tomorrow,
And that's
Saturdays
season,
at
that's
4:30.
season 4. And what's your schedule on GMA Pinoy TV, Dr. Tess?
It's 4:30 p.m. Pacific on
And
Saturday.
then those past shows, they're asking me, can we watch some of the past shows that they did? I know you have your YouTube now, right?
Yes, so we have to be better about putting them on, but so many people are asking me. I'm definitely going to work on that. That's going to be on one of my lists.
They're asking me, those are old episodes. Yes, they are, but you could always go back. And they said, it's not updated, Dr. Tess.
I know it's not, and I look much younger now, so I need to update it.
With that said, again, Dr. Tess, it is such a pleasure. It's one of those rare occasion that we really got to sit down and talk, and because normally you're always busy and you're doing your thing. But I personally thank you for taking care of my skin from day one. I look better than ever. I look younger, healthier, cuter, and good looking because of you. And I'm so glad to be part of that baby pool of yours with Apple, with Gabby, with so many artists, including Paula. And I got to meet all these celebrities thanks to you. And again, maraming salamat, and so proud that you are a good representation or representative of the Filipino community, and keep soaring high. And again, we're so proud that you are a Filipina and you are doing us so much accolade based on what you have accomplished so far, not only as a dermatologist, but as a person, not only you and your family. So more power to you, to your clinic, and to M Beauty by Dr. Tess.
Maraming salamat, Josh, and to all of your viewers, your listeners. And again, please don't hesitate to message me, call and email the clinic. We would love to see you guys in person soon. And Happy New Year, everyone. And take care and stay safe. God bless us all.
And then before we close, in every shows that we do, I always advise people, or it's always been the way I close it, be kind. You can never go wrong with kindness. And any act of kindness that you do to anybody, it will come back to you. With that said, Dr. Tess, good evening. Maraming salamat to you. Have everyone.
Enjoy your quarantine, Josh.
Bye-bye. I'll see you after quarantine when I go back.